Welcome to CardPackAttack with your host, Solid Dante. Force of Will cards. And you may be asking, what is this that you have for me today? Well, it's something new for me, and it's one of the new sets of this set of cards. Bing! Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Valentina, the Princess of Love. It's a water deck, from what I gather. Apparently it's a kind of like a similar style to, from what I understand, to Magic the Gathering, that it's like a blue deck where you get to use counters and make your opponent's cards go back to their hand. It can be very frustrating. So it's one of the most powerful decks because of that. It gives a little set list. Here it's... Go ahead and see. There we go. Nice. She's one of the rare cards. She's the one rare card of the set. Or at least, I think. She's pretty rare. Send back your opponent's cards and ruin their plans. See, that's disrupting at its finest. It's a pre-built deck, so that way I can learn how to play real easily. It has the rules, and I'm going to go ahead and read them, but I'll read them real quickly, so don't even worry about it. And, has some more just of the basic information on the back here. Pretty neat. I like the packaging's pretty simple. She's what I guess you'd call a voluptuously drawn character. I didn't. Let's go ahead and open this. Oh yeah, there is tape on the sides right here. So how about we go ahead and open that. Wait 1 second. Let's go ahead and attack this pack. Just kidding, I'm not going to destroy it at all. I'm just using my trusty old knife here to go ahead and cut this tape. Alright. Let's go ahead and, you know what, just set this over here. Alright, let's go ahead and open this set of cards right here. I don't know why I sound like a southern gentleman. I'm not Eric Cartman, I promise. Okay, and let's get that out of here. Let's see, what do we have here? Is there anything in this? Nope. Get that out of here. And it's pretty well packaged. I like the packaging. Simple, yet effective. Not taped together. Good job. And seems like it wouldn't be too hard to open by hand. I don't think I need my knife for this. Yeah. Nice. I like this a lot. It's actually a good way to keep your cards if you don't have sleeves. So, I'd have to say, good job on the packaging yet again. Thumbs up from me. So let's go ahead and set these right here. And check these out right quick. How to win! Do you know how to win? Because honestly, I don't. Usually you either have to, in Pokemon, knock all the cards out, get all your prize cards, or knock down, just knock their cards out of the playing field. Just hit their deck off the table and you win. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. You may get disqualified. But alright, quick guide, real quick. Each player starts the game with his or her own decks. Main deck, Magic Stone deck, and 4,000 life. There are two ways to win the game. Reduce your opponent's life to 0, or wait until your opponent has to draw a card during his or her turn, but cannot due to an empty deck. So, a pretty basic set of rules, almost like Yu-Gi-Oh! Huh, that's rather simple. And there are cards, there are judgment cards, which allow you to call magic stones to produce will, and to do judgment to rush into the battleground. I guess. I don't really know. I'll have to keep getting more acquainted. I figured why not learn how to play all the cards that I'm going to be opening, because if I would like to be able to open them, at least be able to play. I don't just collect, I'm also a gamer. And so check out some of the new gaming videos I'll be having coming out. I'll be doing some Pokemon tournament stuff. I have a few fun decks. I have my Night March deck, which is not very fun, but it is somewhat effective. But let's go ahead and get back to this. A Resonator. Players' minions stay into the battleground, attack your opponent, and defend you from your opponent's attacks. So creatures. Pretty simple. Magic Stone! Mysterious stones with the ability to produce will and the magic power for invoking other cards. So, like mana for Magic of the Gathering, if you will, or energy for Pokemons. Then you've got Addition, which are water item cards. They may affect fields or another card by adding to it, putting it underneath that card. So, like a tool for Pokemon. Same thing for Magic. Pretty simple. Regalia. Great item with huge power. Put them into your field to use them. So, items, again. And then the spell card, which is just a basic spell card. Most games have a spell card. They're pretty useful. Most sets actually, you really, depending on the set, but you use more item cards than you do creature cards. Just because search is so powerful, no matter what game you're playing. Characteristics of cards. There's a card name to identify a card, herp derp. Cost number of wills to play a card, so like magic, mana. Type and race / trait, cards class and sub-description. Well, okay then. Cards, abilities, attack and defense, very basic things. And then there's a cost to a card, and you have to pay the correct cost, I believe. And there are free costs which you can use any color, so basically like Magic or Pokemon. And this is the game arena, which I assume is pretty much just the game board of how you'd set your cards up. Huh. Well, I guess they were like, let's make this a little different, but it's basically the same as everything else as well. And then you have your hand, main deck, magic stone deck where you put your stones. So you have to call them. So I'm guessing that's part of the strategy, to get your magic stones out as well as the rest of your cards. And I believe that's most of what I need to really see to understand this game. I have been playing card games since I've for over 10 years now. And let's go ahead and see how you set this up real quick. Setting up the game. Each player prepares his or her deck, magic stone deck, and a ruler card. Each player shuffles his or her main deck and magic stone deck and put them each into the magic deck zone and magic stone deck zone, respectively. Whew! They really decided to write this very specifically, but I guess some people really need that much instruction. Players then use a random method to determine who will choose the player to go first. Rock, paper, scissors, flip a stone, or flip a coin. You could flip a stone since you flips it the highest, but I wouldn't do that. You may hurt yourself. Each player draws 5 cards from his or her main deck and then puts them into his or her hand. Starting with that player goes first. Each player may choose any number of cards from his or her hand and then put them in the battle of his or her main deck in any order. Then draw that many cards. This is called taking a mulligan. Each player simultaneously sets his or her hand by putting it into his or her ruler area. Then start the game with the first player taking his or her turn. So just a basic way of setting up a game. There is your turn sequence, the draw phase, recovery phase, so you recover all of your rested cards. So you untap your cards, but since Magic has tap copyrighted, they use their own phrase. Main phase, which you can do, like set cards, play things, normal sets, and then you end your phase, I assume, by attacking. What you can do during your main oh, no, okay. That's just your turn sequences. What you can do during your main phase. Call a magic stone. By resting your ruler or J ruler, put the top card of your magic stone deck, putting it into the area face up. Since then, you may rest it to produce will. Put a resonator or regalia from your hand into the field by paying its cost. Add an addition from your hand to another card or your field by paying its cost. When you add an addition to another card, put it directly underneath that card to show which card is added to. So put it underneath it. Play as well. Chant from your hand by paying its cost. Or doing the magic dance. I'm just kidding, it doesn't say magic dance, but that would be pretty fun. If a game you could dance by playing a card. Do what the card says in the hand in the order it's written, then put it into your graveyard. Put a card into your chant standby area. You may pay 2 to put your card into your hand into chant standby area face down. Starting from the next turn, you may play that card if it is a spell, chant standby without paying its cost. If it's a trigger condition is met. Declare a battle. See battle for more details. Do judgment. See judgment for more details. You are guilty. I judge you. Okay, so then you have the chase. In this game, you may declare an action in response to another action, therefore the last resolves. This is called the chasing. Chasing actions resolve actions before they are responding to. So a counter, more or less, if you will. I can just do damage to a creature before it attacks, and then therefore destroy it before it can do damage to me. Pretty simple. They really thought it out how to use their own terminology. I guess maybe other card games have it copyrighted or pretty well rewritten so that way no other card can use it. Then you've got the battle phase, so we're getting close to the end of this card, and then we'll go over the cards, and that'll be a lot of fun. Yes! Battle! During your turn, you may declare a battle. You may declare a battle phase in any number of times. So you can... That's a little different. You can attack as much as you'd like. Choose one of your recovered resonators of or your recovered hunter and declare to attack with it. A resonator or J ruler put on the field during this turn. So they basically have the same rules as Magic and or just Magic, more or less. You can't attack the first turn you're out, or at least the first turn that creature's out. You can choose to attack an object. You may choose to attack your opponent directly or one of their creatures. So that's a little different. And what else do they have here? Your opponent may rest one of his or her recovered resonators or J ruler to block your attacker. So they may block, or they can take it and then smack you back, which adds pretty good strategy to the battle, honestly. I think that's a good idea. So they battle each other if they block. So they do damage to each other, and so you don't want to rush in, get your creature destroyed just by thinking that they won't block. Strategy. And if they block, or if they don't block at all, it's a direct hit. Battle damage. If resonators or J rulers battle each other, each of them deals damage equal to the attack of each other simultaneously. If his resonators deal damage equal to one of the defense, it is destroyed. If you do more damage than it's got defense, you destroy it. Or if it does more damage to you than your defense, you're destroyed. Or I guess it equals out and you both get destroyed if they're equal, which is rather fair. Then you can always try to instant it up, make it more stronger. Make it more stronger! 2016 CardPackAttack, make it more stronger. Hashtag, whatever. Let's keep going. And that's pretty much the basic stuff there. Battle damage is battle damage. Every game it's basically the same. I could try to put this all in the frame, but it's funnier if I read it, and I'm trying also to read it accurately as possible, but quickly with a decent tone. Because I don't think I'm reading it like that. If you do, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that for you. Maybe if you pay me, give me that Skrilla money. Alright, time to get to the judgment phase. You do judgment to put your ruler into your field as judgment ruler, J ruler. Since then, your judgment ruler may join battle like your resonators. To do judgment, your ruler must be recovered, and you need to fulfill the conditions on its judgment. When resolving the judgment, flip your ruler to its side, and put it onto your field. So, floop it, as Adventure Time may say. I really like that phrase the best. Floop, floopy floop, 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 floop. So, okay, this is the basic setup like we showed you before, but I'm looking at it again one more time just so that way I can see. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and set this up, but I wanted to explain some of the rules so that way I learn it and you can learn it too. And then, just if you're curious, these are the energy types, I suppose, for this, or the will types. There's a lot of different just names for just energy. But yeah, basically they look like Pokemon energies. If you looked at it off glance, you would think that was Pokemon. So they kind of ripped that off, I think. But Pokemon used, I don't know. It's just the basic colors of elements, so you can't really get around that. It's going to be the same for most games, so let's just go ahead and put that over here. And I think, let's see, does this at least have a map? This is the manual, so this is the really quick guide. Do you know what? I like to read that other guide. I thought that one was entertaining. I don't even like the text, it's very tiny. I mean, I can read it, but whatever. Then let's go ahead and let's move these real quick. And let's set this. You know what? Since I didn't realize like that, I don't even need this box today. Because that's my Pokebox. I need a Force of Will box. It is a good idea to categorize your cards if you play multiple card games, so that way you don't have all of your cards mixing together, so you can look for stuff a lot faster. Pro tip. Or at least life tip. And so then we have the main card of the set. And so we have the main card of the set, Valentina. Very well drawn, I'd have to say. I like the card look. It actually looks really cool. They didn't just make like the woman the main piece. She actually looks really cool, has cool stuff. 2 little henchman guys. And I'm going to go to read what this card does. So when you put this out, you can draw a magic stone, which would be useful. It's got 500 attack, 500 defense, which I'm not sure if that's high or low. I guess that's around on the lower side due to you have 4,000 health. So I'm imagining there's some pretty powerful creatures out there. And we may see a couple. Or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there's one more powerful ones and I'm just dumb. I haven't got to look through too many of the cards, so I'll get myself smarter as we go along. And then you also have its ability to prevent all damage that will be just this card during your turn. This card gains 100 and 100, 100 attack and 100 defense for each card in your hand. So have lots of cards in your hand. So I can see popping your own cards back into your own hand, so that way you can power her up, so that way she deals a lot more damage. Interesting technique. God's Art, which is her ability. Chain of Love. 2 mana and 2 colorless. I can gain control of target resonator, which you can only play it once per game. So I guess that would be something you'd play towards the end when you have, if your field's looking kind of barren and they've got 1 major creature or 2, pull one of theirs, attack their creature with their own, and then have her still left over. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Let's go ahead and set this over here. Let's go ahead and set this right here. Then you have Alice Little Scout. So you have a little scout girl with a shield and a sword. And you've got another one underneath. So let's go ahead and read what she does. This is a whole lot easier. She's a resonator soldier. When you put this card into your graveyard from your field, draw a card. So she's a pawn that allows you to draw a card when she dies. Very easy to summon, only 1 will. 1 blue will, I suppose. Let's see. They put 4 of them in the deck. So let's just go ahead and set those there. Then you've also got the Charm of the Princess, which is 2 will and an X, which you gain control of target resonator with a total X cost or less. So it's a control card which allows you to control another card. Seems pretty reasonable. I think I could see a good use for that card. Aurelia, the Dark Eye of Blindness. 1 blue and 2 colorless. You can rest a creature, and then it stays rested as long as this card's in battlefield, which is a pretty powerful ability, I'd say. And for 1 blue, you can give a target Gorgon 200 attack until end of turn. And you can only use it once per turn. But that's still a pretty good ability. And it's got 600 attack and 500 defense. So let's go ahead and set that there. Then you've got Foresee. It's 2 blue. Draw 2 cards. Simple, plain, and easy. Something that you'd see in most Magic decks, or any deck in general, just any kind of draw. Then you've got Medusa, the Dead Eye of Petrification. They have some really crazy names for this game. 1 blue and 2 colorless. Let's go ahead and try to get this to show a little better. Huh. She is sticking out her tongue like, and has a very bare amount of clothes on, I'd say. She is also a Gorgon. And whenever this card is blocked or blocked by a Resonator, Put that resonator at the bottom of its owner's main deck. So it doesn't even say it does damage, it just says if it's blocked, put it underneath it. That's a pretty powerful ability. Gorgons you control gain 200 and 200 attack. Gorgons you control gain 200 attack and defense. You can only use it once per turn, and it ends at the end of your turn. But it's for 1 blue, and if you had multiple ones of these out there, you could definitely buff up and then go nuts in 1 turn. Pretty good ability. Let's go ahead and see what we've got right here. You've got Shangri-La, the paradise on the ocean. I like the look of the building. That looks pretty cool. You see the boat above it. Kind of like Atlantis. When this card enters your field, draw a card. Pretty basic. It is a field card. Oh, it's an edition card. Whatever, it's edition field card. I'm learning these things. We're learning these things. Let's learn together. It's 1 blue and 1 colorless. When resonators you control... water resonators you control gain 100 attack and defense. As long as you have 5 or more cards in your hand, water resonators you control gain 100 attack and 100 defense. So I guess this buffs them for 200 attack, 200 defense if you have 5 or more cards in your hand. And that's pretty useful. Then we also have a Squire of the Ocean lady. She is a human, and she carries your tea. She looks like a maid. It's a well-drawn card. I like the art. When this enters your field, draw a card. So just more draw. This deck's all about draw and all about popping stuff back into hands. I can definitely see the strategy behind this pretty easily, and I can see why it's powerful and why people may like it. Then you have Glipnir, the red binding of fate. It doesn't cost anything. It is a regalia. Or regalia, I suppose. See? Whenever a J-Ruler deals battle damage to your opponent or a J-Ruler, draw a card. So, more draw. And then, for a floop, or a turn the card to the side, whatever they called it, target J Resonator. So, your opponent's creature. Oh, so you floopy or turn the card, and the target Resonator your opponent controls gains this turn. This card must block if able. If your J-Ruler is Valentina, the Princess of Love, or Valentina, the Ruler of Paradise, recover that J Resonator. So this is definitely meant for this card. This is definitely meant for this set. This got another card named Glipnir, the red binding of fate. Draw a card. So it definitely works well if you have multiples of these. Sinback, which this is one of the main things it was talking about in the whole set. Return target addition, resonator, or regalia to its owner's hand. So basic for 1 blue, very basic spell. Seems rather useful. Then we've got the Overlord's Invasion Party. So party up in here, but I bet they can't cook pizza because they're underwater. So what would they eat? Well, it is a soldier. This card gains 100 attack, 100 defense for each water stone you control. So gain a lot of stones, and this gains even stronger. And it's 2 blue colors to summon it. 2 blue colors. Then you've got Wall of Ideas. Ain't getting past this shield. No way. Holy Jesus bus. For 1 blue, target resonator gains minus 800 attack or plus 800 defense until end of turn. So to defend you or to dumb your opponent. Pretty cool little idea. And then we are down to just the water stones. And this is what produces your mana. Seems like all the same. And they look pretty cool. I don't know if there's any special ones. I'm sure there are. Probably in the future I will see them. But for this one they just have the basic ones. Let's go ahead and set these right here. And we'll end with... Hello, buddy. I don't know why I'm doing a Canadian South Park voice, but it's funny. But yeah, she's the main... Oh. And then if you flip her over... Surprise! She is... Valentina, the Princess of Love. And for 2 water, you can put a target resonator from your hand. That's 2 or less mana on the field. So that may seem dumb, but if you're using her in a mixed color deck, then you could put something, I guess, of another set on. That would be pretty cool. That way, you could use her for multiple decks instead of just a blue deck. Or a multicolor deck. Pretty cool. I'm not sure how you get the flip. I guess you just get to choose which one you want to use. Haha. Magic. Not really, it's force of will! And remember, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and leave a comment if you'd like to. And subscribe if you'd like to comment more on some other videos that you may like later. Because I will be having more videos come out. Got some boxes on the way of different sets of different cards. And I also have some Pokemon cards reserved. So there's going to be quite a few more videos. And on my Pokemon videos, if you tune in and leave comments, you may win a random pack card for the online TCG. So go ahead and leave a comment on those. And I don't know if I'll do any giveaways for these, because there's no online thing for it I'm aware of, or anything like that. But so go ahead and leave a comment down below. Answer my question of the day is, what is your force of will strategy, or what do you think of the game? And as always, stay solid.